Okay, so we are about to start our circle unit, moving into geometry, and the first thing we have to do before we can dive any deeper is look at the different parts of a circle. So as I'm going over this, you guys should be filling out your own parts of a circle notes. I will be checking these. The first thing we should start with is the actual circle itself. So I've kind of shaded around some of the other things. So a circle is a collection of points an equal distance from the center. So for example, all of these that make up the line are different points, and they're all the same distance from the center. So it doesn't matter if I'm going from the center to here, or the center to here, or the center to here. They are all going to be the same distance away from the center. So that is the actual definition of a circle. The next thing we can look at is a chord. The chord connects 2 points on the circle, on the outer side of the circle, which we're about to give that a name. It connects 2 points, but a chord does not always have to go through the center. A chord can go here. A chord, if I wanted to connect from this point to this point, that could be a chord. From here to here could be a chord. Anytime I'm connecting one point of a circle to another point on a circle, it is called a chord. It does not matter how big or small. Speaking of chords, we have our diameter. The diameter is actually known as the longest chord, and it connects one point of the circle to another point on the circle, but the difference between what makes the diameter different from the chord is that it must go through the center. So you see how the chord does not go through the center, but the diameter does. If the diameter did not go through the center, it would not be a diameter. So it connects one point of the circle to the other, going through the center. And again, it could go diagonally, or it could go diagonally this way, or it could go vertically. As long as it goes through that center point, it does not matter. It is a diameter connecting one point to another through the center. That's the big difference between a chord and the diameter. Next, we have our radius. The radius connects the point on the circle and the center. So this time, notice our diameter went the entire way. It went from one point, center, to another point. The radius is just going from the center to an outer circle. And again, it can go from the center to this, or the center to this, or the center to this, as long as it is going from the center to the outer circle. You will notice that the radius is half the length of the diameter because it's going half as far. It's only going from the outer edge to the center instead of from one point to the other. So if the radius is half of the diameter, that means the diameter is made up of 2 radii. So this could be a radius and this could be a radius put together. And finally, we have the circumference. The circumference is the distance around the circle, so it is that outer edge. If this were a quadrilateral, if we were finding the distance around the quadrilateral, we would call it perimeter. But this time, since it is a circle, we have the cir in it, meaning the distance around the circle, or the perimeter of the circle.